right, hello boys and girls. We are going to learn how to draw rainbow fish today. To do that, you're going to need something to draw with. I have chosen to use my Sharpie, but you could also use a pencil. And if you wanted it to be a darker line afterwards, you could trace it with a marker or a crayon. You also need a piece of paper, preferably without any lines on it. You want it to be blank. And then I have my directions here, but you should also be able to print them out if you need to. And we're going to start with the first step where we draw an oval shape for the body of rainbow fish. So when we draw that oval shape, we don't want it to be too small. So we want to make it, I always say either hand-sized or fist-sized in my directions. I think for this one I would probably make it closer to hand-sized. So once I draw my oval, I want to make sure, and my hand's a little bigger than yours, but your hand should fit in it or be close to it. After that, in the second step, you're going to draw the fin on the top. So I make a line up, and then I curve it back down, and then a fin on the bottom. So I make a line down, and then I curve it up. The third step, we're actually adding a couple more fins here on the bottom. So there's one more right here, and then another one a little bit farther behind it. And then in the fourth step, we're going to add the tail. So I'm going to draw two lines coming out, and then I'm going to connect them. After I've drawn the tail, I'm going to make the face. And to do that, I'm going to use a bumpy line first. And then I'm going to draw the circle for rainbow fish's eye. And I'm going to draw the line for the mouth. In the last step, I am adding scales. And to add the scales, I'm basically using a bumpy line again. So I just make a bumpy line. These are longer bumps than the first line I made. And then I do the next row, and I make another bumpy line. And those bumpy lines are touching. So they're connected. And I just keep doing that over and over again until the whole rest of the body is filled with scales. Now after I'm done doing this, if I want to, I could add some more details. I could certainly add some details to the fins. I could draw some, I think they're wavy lines that we see in the story. I could also do that to the tail. So I could add a couple of wavy lines here. Give it a nice detail on the fins. And then the tail. Now once you're done drawing rainbow fish, if you want to draw something in the background, you certainly can. You could draw the underwater scene. You could add some bubbles. You could add some seaweed, which I just kind of make a wiggly line shape and then draw the line down the middle. You could probably draw the sand and some seashells if you wanted. Those are up to you. Now, rainbow fish is named rainbow fish because rainbow fish has lots of colors, and so we are going to add those colors. Now, what you choose to color with is up to you. You can use crayons, you can use markers or colored pencils, but we're going to try and put our colors in rainbow order today. So I'm going to actually turn my rainbow fish here sideways. And the rainbow, this is a color wheel, but it is still the rainbow. The rainbow starts with red, and it goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and then purple, which we also sometimes call violet. So the first color I want to pick is red. I'm going to look at my crayons over here and find myself a red. And I am going to start and do his scales. So I'm just doing this part of his body with the scales. I'm going to start with red. I'm going to color red first. And after I am done with red, my next job is to find orange. Alright, so there's my red. And I'm going to find my orange next. I think this one's pretty good. I'm going to color my orange. So I'm going to put him in rainbow order. So after orange, I need yellow. Now I'm going to find my yellow. After yellow, what color do I need? Green. So now I'm going to find a green. I'm trying my best to do 3-star coloring, so I'm trying to stay inside the body shape. I'm also trying to color the whole space. I notice here I got a little white spot I missed, so fill that back in so I don't leave any white spaces. Let's see, next is blue. I'm running out of room, so I have to make it a little bit smaller of a color space here. So after blue, I need indigo, which is basically a dark blue or a blue, like a blue-violet color almost. And then the very last color I need is purple, which we sometimes call violet. So now I have made my rainbow fish body in rainbow order. For the face and the fins and the tail, you can choose the colors that you want to use. So maybe I decide to use my purple up here for the fin on the top. And I could use more than one color. I could do maybe purple and red together if I want, and kind of blend those colors together. Maybe I'll do the same thing on the bottom so that they match. And then maybe I'll do something completely different for the tail. Ooh. So for the face, again, your choice. I think in the story, Rainbow Fish has a blue face, so if you wanted to make it blue, you could do that. Maybe for the tail here, maybe I'll just start my rainbow over a little bit. So I'll go red, orange, yellow. Alright, so once you're done coloring Rainbow Fish, if you want to color the background, you can certainly do that. You could color the ocean. If you have paints and you're using paper that you could paint on, you could even paint the ocean if you wanted to. But I still want to do something more to Rainbow Fish before I'm done. I want to add a special scale, like the ones that he shared with the other fish in the story. So there's a couple of options for adding that special scale. Obviously we're at home right now, so I don't have glitter at my house. You might, if you have glitter, you could certainly use some glue and some regular glitter. You could also potentially use sprinkles, I guess, instead of glitter if you had some of that. But I took a look around my house to see what I had, and I found a couple of things I could use. One of those things that I could use is, I didn't have glitter, but I did have some glitter glue. This is a glitter glue pen. So I could certainly use that to make a special scale, or even this one. I just need to make sure I let it dry. And this might be something you need your parents to help you with. I also thought I could make special scales with foil. A lot of people have foil in their kitchen at home. You would need scissors for this and glue, and you could cut out a special scale and glue it on. If you were going to cut a special scale, what I would do is I would just use my pincher hold, and then just kind of cut around my fingers like that to make a special scale that I could put on. And then the last thing, which I think is the thing I'm going to use, is I happen to have some pretty fun nail polish at home. It's already got glitter in it, but it doesn't necessarily have to have glitter in it. So I thought I would make a special scale, I think, with this one here. So I'm going to shake it up. And this is something you probably need to ask for help or supervision from your parents. But it should already have a brush in it if it's nail polish. So I don't even need to worry about that. Ooh, this one might be a little bit dry. But basically, I am going to go in. I think I might be out of luck with this one. Let me try my other one. I think that one was wet. I'm going to go in and shake this first. I'm going to paint this on as a special scale. And you could do more than one. Some people like to only put one scale because in the story, Rainbow Fish shares the rest. But you could add more than one if you wanted to. So I'm going to use this and make a nice special scale. Just like that. So that he has his special scale like the ones that he shared with the other fish in the story. Alright, so you can obviously make more than one of those, or you could decorate some other areas of the fish with that as well, but then you're all finished when you're done. Enjoy!